So we are watching this area of low pressure southwest of Nova Scotia this evening, driving heavy snow over the maritime provinces. And that's not too far from working its way into Newfoundland as the area of low pressure tracks northeast and then slows down right in the vicinity of the Avalon Peninsula late tomorrow night into early Wednesday before finally kicking out of here to our east during the day on Wednesday. And when these lows move slowly like this, oftentimes we can get some differing air masses working in at different heights of the atmosphere, which introduces the chance for something other than snow to fall or rain to fall. And so that's why parts of the Avalon Peninsula during the day tomorrow will see the snow changing over to either ice pellets or in the south, ice pellets mixing with freezing rain, while areas to the west remain deep enough into the cold air where all we see is snow. What will vary is the amounts. Now, when we're talking about different precipitation types, it's all a matter of where the warm air sets up in the atmospheric column above our heads. So in the case of tomorrow, we're looking at three precipitation types. Snow, when the entire column from the clouds all the way to the ground is cold enough and all the snowflakes hit the ground. We're looking at the potential for ice pellets over parts of the Avalon, which means we have an EWL, or elevated warm layer. And as you can see, here's the ground, there's the cold air, there's the elevated warm layer, and it's very shallow, but it melts the snowflakes from the cloud and they refreeze as little balls of ice before they hit the ground. Not the same process of grapple, but that's a discussion for a different day. And then you look across southern parts of the Avalon where the warm air is a bit more thick, and so the raindrops do not have that chance to refreeze, so it just falls as rain, freezing on contact with the ground, and that is freezing rain. So we're going to see all three of these precipitation types in spots tomorrow. And Futurecast will time it out for us hour by hour beginning tonight, 7 o'clock. By midnight, the snow is showing up across the Burin Peninsula and southern parts of the Avalon. And when the snow gets going, it will go from not snowing to snowing heavily very quickly. Tomorrow morning, you're waking up 6 o'clock. It should be snowing very heavily at that time across much of the Avalon Peninsula and a good bit of the Burin Peninsula and even parts of the south coast. I suspect for a lot of us tomorrow is going to be a snow day, but I do not guarantee such things. That'd be foolish. As we go into midday tomorrow, it's still snowing back to Clarenville, Gander, the northeast coast, Burin Peninsula, and much of the south and southwest coast. However, on the Avalon, we see that pink color showing up. That's the ice pellet and freezing rain line. And notice after midday, that creeps up toward the St. John's Metro. But by evening, parts of the southeast Avalon may be seeing some freezing drizzle or nothing at all, while the Avalon northeast up towards St. John's, back to the southwest, Avalon north, and areas just to the west are still seeing the snow. And that snow begins to push back to the east tomorrow night, so more snow falls tomorrow night across the Avalon. Bonavista Peninsula, northeast coast, begins to wind down from west to east early Wednesday morning and finally shutting down by about midday Wednesday. And then the cleanup can begin, or maybe the third or fourth cleanup can begin. Snowfall amounts going to be the least the farther west you go. Baie Verte Peninsula back to north of Port aux Basques, up to 2 centimeters. It's as we go farther east, we get to the higher amounts. So Grand Falls, Windsor, Gander area, we're looking at between 15 and about 30 centimeters total for that area. But once you're east of Gander, Terra Nova area, St. Albans, Burin Peninsula, Bonavista Peninsula, much of the Avalon Peninsula, it's this area that sees between 30 and 50. Lesser amounts on the Avalon southeast and southwest where we have more in the way of the mixing. I think much of the Avalon will look between 30 and 40 centimeters. If we're going to see over 40 or 50, I think it's going to be somewhere between Clarenville, the Bonavista area, and the Burin Peninsula and around Fortune Bay. But there is some variation in where the low could track, so we'll keep a close eye on the radar during the day tomorrow. Either way, it's a hefty snowfall and it's going to be a fairly big cleanup. But after tomorrow, temperatures do moderate. We see some rain coming Thursday and Friday, so the snowfall that's on the ground will melt a little bit and the next couple systems look to be rather warm. Into Labrador, it's cold for you right now. We are going to see more in the way of snow coming in for the big land later this week, especially Thursday and Friday, with temperatures moderating a bit, although it's not going to be -1 Thursday. It's going to be, I think, closer to -10. I think I got a typo on there. I have to have a look at that. Tonight, -3 to -10, winds gusting as high as 80 with the heavy snow moving in for the day tomorrow. Snow mixing with ice on the Avalon. More snow tomorrow night. Wind speeds tomorrow drop a little bit before ramping up again tomorrow night. Western half of Newfoundland tonight, -3 to -14. 14 or 20. Coldest in the northern peninsula for the day tomorrow, highs -2 to -12. Into Labrador, we see temperatures tonight -teens, -20s, close to -30. And then sunshine tomorrow, highs in the -teens. Your 5-day forecast for eastern Newfoundland. Morning flurries and snow Wednesday, showers Thursday, rain Friday, and rain ending as snow on Saturday. For central Newfoundland, showers on Thursday, rain Friday, flurries on Saturday after the brief late week warm-up. For western Newfoundland, showers and flurries Thursday, rain on Friday, and then colder for Saturday with some flurries. And into Labrador, maybe that mild day Thursday. We'll keep a close eye on the typo there. I'll have to see if I actually made one. Chance of snow Friday, and in eastern Labrador, looking at a chance of snow Friday and a sunny day on Saturday.